The entire first half was just a demonstration of the potential that Chiefs has. And if you see how well everyone contributed in that first half, then you will see Kaizer Chiefs has the potential to go to another level being coached by Zwane. All they need to do is to back him and make sure Uguti gets even much better players to help the squad elevate, because when you go to Africa, we'll be playing against teams that will challenge the authority that we were showing against the Arrows, which Arrows did in the second half, but we'll talk about that more later on in the video. Hello and welcome to Coast Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. I'm a Football Club, and now we are reacting to the Kaizer Chiefs versus Golden Arrows Premiership match, and it was good to watch. First of all, we saw starting 11. I'm like, hey, Frosler is there. I was expecting Solomon to start, so I guess Frosler has won his place back, and it's good to see Uguti players can win their place back in the team. If you are performing, then you come back to the team. And then to the big statement, Samgelo Zwane is starting. I'm like, oh my God, this man is making a statement. And he was, because there were a lot of speculations. Even I wasn't sure who was going to start. And when I saw okay, it's Samgelo Zwane starting, I'm like, okay, Zwane is onto something starting with Samgelo, because right now we have to make statements and show going forward, post to Bloom, what is the plan. And another statement that he made was by starting Mahlatsi on the left, because I was like, okay, I did not see that coming. I could see Zwane playing, I just didn't think he would do it, but then Mahlatsi, I didn't even think about it. And to be honest, to be fair to Mahlatsi, first half he had a really good game. I saw him all over. He was inverting most of the times, making diagonal runs and just controlling the ball when he had it. He didn't lose too many battles. I thought it was a fair game for a person who hasn't played in 6 months. So that's really good. For me, I really saw Ikemi Akuguti, it was really good. So, and then he got tired, obviously, first 5 minutes of the second half, and then he had to be subbed because you could see Guti was walking, was tired, he wasn't closing down players as fast as he could. But overall, I thought he had a good game, and subbing him at halftime would have made sense because he was already tired. Now, the pitch didn't look so great, but they managed to play in that pitch, because you could see when they were passing the ball, the way it was rolling, which I know it's like because it was raining, so the grass is holding the ball and whatever. But then the players managed, so it didn't become a lot of an issue. And what I saw the players doing, Uguti Chiefs would play ball on the left, and then while Arrows were trying to move and compensate for Uguti, we have players on that side, then would find that switch. Frosler was always wide on the touchline, and then when Umar or Zwane switched the ball to him. By the way, those passes were always accurate. I'll just have to say that they always found Frosler just ready and waiting to play on that side. And it was good to see, okay, there's something that the team is trying to do. And another thing that we've not been doing so well this season is the fact that we have not been controlling the ball and patient when we had the ball. And in this game, that's what we did. We were just controlling the ball and making sure when Arrows were trying to mark us, we're patient, we're not trying to rush things too much. And that was good from the boys. If you're enjoying this video, by the way, please make sure to like it and leave a comment letting me know what you thought of our game against the Arrows. And then Caleb scores a goal on the 14th minute. And that's what you want to see. Angeti we signed to Caleb saying he's going to be our target man. And that's exactly what he did. If you look at what he did on that ball, the defender was trying to pressure him. But because of his physicality, he was able to just get the shot off. And it was difficult for the keeper to save that from the angle that he took a shot from. And I don't think the keeper was expecting him to get a shot off, but because of his physicality, then he was able to do that. And it was a goal, and it's good to see our striker scoring again, especially after all the crap that people have been saying about him. And now he has shown Uguti, actually, he does have some quality in him. Right. And the next thing is that I was concerned, number 5, about Ukwinika. Really, I believe Ukwinika needs to lose some weight and gain some fitness. I could say that about all of our players when I talk about the second half, but in general, I saw Dove covering for Ukwinika a lot. And I think this is not me taking shots at Ukwinika, but I saw a lot of Ukwinika coming across to his side, Ilga Kwinika, and I'm like, Dove is playing on the other side with Uhlanti. We left center back and he's playing with Uhlanti. But he was covering more for Ukwinika than covering for Uhlanti. And that, I think, came down to the fact that sometimes Ukwinika advances, sometimes Ukwinika is not quick enough to recover, and then Udove had to do the dirty work for him, which I think will not be fair in a long term, because once people see Uguti Ukwinika is being covered by Udove, then they will exploit the space that Udove leaves open, and then will start conceding goals, and then it will look like it's because Udove is out of position, but it's because Udove is out of position covering for Ukwinika. So fitness, Zita, please. Next up is, I have already covered in the patient build up, is Udove scores on the 37th minute, and it all comes to, I think these things are all just set up good training, because you could say Uguti, there were two people free at the edge of the box ready Uguti, if there is a second ball from a corner layer, then the guys who are at the edge of the box can come and take a shot off. And then Caleb realized, okay, there are two people vele, I think they practiced that, and then he plays the ball back to him, ube pants, and he didn't give up, and then pass the ball to Dove, and then Dove scores, and then that was it in the first half. Second half, Arrows just came back swinging, and the first person to go out and be a victim of this, as I said earlier, was Umahlatsi, because you could tell Uguti was tired, and just the entire team was actually tired, because you didn't see much of the team Uguti what they were doing in the second half. Especially the first 20-30 minutes, they were just nowhere. Arrows was just dominating. Arrows was just coming at us. Arrows just had all of the ball, and Chiefs were struggling. The only thing that I would say is good from this thing, Uguti, even though we're under so much pressure, we did not concede, because that has been our theme. We concede goals. I mean, 15 goals for 15 goals against the Chiefs. But in this game, we scored 2 goals and we kept a clean sheet. And by the way, Ukune also made good saves. So that is good to see. Uguti, the team is always trying to improve in other things. Akhona ama mistakes labe silele khona Ukwinika bebebuye belalo Hlanti not winning headers that they were supposed to win. However, we'll take the positive. Uguti, we did not concede, because at the end of the day, it will come down to the fact that at some point, organization yet, or how the amount of pressure that we put, even if it's small, it was small enough. Uguti, he was sleeping at times. Ukwinika was sleeping at times, but the fact that he was just there to disturb the striker, then the striker couldn't score. But then we can always do much better, as Ukune was saying. Switch on, guys, switch on. Enjoying the video? Make sure to subscribe and like. And then obviously Mdu comes in for Mshini and he starts by losing the ball. But then the boy just has confidence. He just has the confidence, and once, even after making those mistakes when he first came in, he then got the ball, he's just dribbling, he's just looking around, he's finding passes. Confidence that we don't see in the first team players that we already have. And now as a young kid who's just matriculated, is doing those things. He's just confident on the ball. He's finding passes. He's passing no-look passes. You can tell Uguti the future for him, for Chiefs, is really bright. And I think Zwane made a good decision by bringing him on that earlier on in the match. I am craving some food. And I said this when we were playing against Maritzburg United, because that's when he came and scored a goal. And this time around also he came on, and then he passed that ball to he passed the ball, and then he made a move in behind, and then that move behind the defense, they didn't see it, and then was behind, and then he almost scored, but then he missed. I think he could have picked the spot better, because I don't think he was panicking. I just think his decision making in how he picked the spot wasn't the greatest. But then, come on, we won't make a big deal of this. I'll just take the positives, the confidence and the movement of the ball, and the fact that it doesn't get faced by a few mistakes that he makes. It shows maturity on such a young player. Next is Caleb also was tired and he was out, which emphasizes why Chiefs needs a backup for Caleb. And I hope Utumdu, not Duba, are those players who are primary backups for Caleb because we can see Uti can't do 90 minutes. And by the way, it doesn't seem like the Chiefs are ready at this point to play 90 minutes wonke at full force at the highest level, because we've seen this not just once, not twice, but many times. Uti Chiefs come in the first half and they just come out swinging, come out. Second half, not so great. So I think we should do something about that, because we can't be unfit like that. So Caleb was also out, Bekatele, as we said, Mahlatz was tired, understandably so. Caleb also injured. Banje, a lot of our players were tired in the second half. And then I think UKG number 11, I'm not even counting my points at this point. Sekgot should dive less. I know Guti Bebem foul in this game, but I'm saying in future games he should make sure Guti Maguguti goes down. It's because there is contact. Because now I feel like all referees are developing this mindset to good value dive, so we're not going to give him a foul. Because today I'm a foul, they fouled him, but the ref wasn't giving him a fouls because he's like fixed the 10 value dive. So to buy himself grace, he should just try and dive less and make sure Guto referee they don't end up turning against him. And then next is Ungobo comes in for Zwane, and it was like hint, nudge. Njabulo Ngcobo could be played as a defensive midfielder for Chiefs, because that's the position he came in and he played, and it would be good for that. There are other implications. We'll make another video about that. But today came in, plays as a defensive midfielder, and in added time was just turning it on, dribbling around and doing the things. I'm like, okay, I see you, boy. I see you. And Utuba also comes in for Caleb. Confidence once again. These boys, the confidence that they are bringing on the team. Aye, Bafana, I tell you, we want to see that in all our players. Bafana and ladies and gentlemen. It's good to see. Guys, let me know what you thought of the game, and please like, subscribe, share the video, everything that needs to be done. I'll see you on the next one, and until next time, Happy New Year, by the way. Ikosi alpelumoya.